Why Tesla will be worth more than $20,000 a share in 2030. Tesla will be worth more than $20,000 a share in 2030. In this video, I want to share my thoughts with you and point out why Tesla will be a success story we have not seen before. Not only in terms of stock price, but also regarding disruptive technology and the changes it will bring with it in the upcoming years. So, let's dive in. Tesla recently gained a tremendous amount of attention, not only because of its charismatic and outstanding CEO Elon Musk, but also because of its massive valuation gain in the stock market over the last year. The Tesla stock is currently trading at around $600 after its inclusion to the S&P 500 was announced. As a result, Tesla's market cap reached around $570 billion. In terms of market cap, Tesla climbs up the largest company's ladder quicker than anyone else before. They were placing themselves now on place 7 behind Facebook and before Berkshire Hathaway. And in my opinion, this is by far not the end of Tesla's journey. Quite the opposite. This is just the beginning of something big, something huge. But first of all, let's clear up some misconceptions here. The vast majority of Wall Street analysts and mainstream media see Tesla as a car manufacturer like Toyota, VW, or Hyundai. However, this is a false assumption. Tesla is a highly innovative and fast-growing tech company that started its business by building electric cars. But this is just the starting point of their actual objective, the transition to sustainable energy. So please stop comparing Tesla to traditional automakers, because they are not. Wall Street cannot derive Tesla's valuation on their current EV production rates only. The insane potential of their current and future businesses, that include much more than EV production, should be a big part of investors' valuation. Tesla is a company with many startups working on their rapid growth simultaneously. To give you a little overview, apart from the apparent EV business, Tesla is also working on a fully self-driving solution, solar, efficient energy storage solutions, and their in-house battery production line that may change everything. On top of that, they will potentially grow a car insurance business and provide a variety of entertainment software for their future robo-taxi fleet. It is challenging to anticipate how exactly these businesses will perform in the upcoming years. Still, they will make Tesla one of the most valuable companies sooner or later. Nevertheless, for my 2030 estimates, I want to focus on Tesla's EV and battery storage business only. I assume that all other lines of business are non-existent. It takes out many variables and makes the prediction, therefore, more accurate. Before we go deeper into the numbers, please keep in mind that I am no financial advisor. The assumptions should not be financial advice to you. Always do your own research. These estimates consider 2 key points Elon Musk revealed in September this year. In a tweet on September 28th, Elon answered the following on a tweet of Tesla vibes. "We do see Tesla reaching 20 million vehicles per year, probably before 2030. But that requires consistently excellent execution." The past has proven that Tesla achieves its set goals. Sometimes with a bit of delay here and there, but they execute their plans at some point in time. Considering that, these estimates assume that Tesla will achieve their goal and reach 20 million vehicles per year in 2030. The second key point is coming from Battery Day that took place on September 22nd. There, Elon illustrated Tesla's roadmap for their battery production objectives until 2030. The plan aims for 100 gigawatt-hours of battery capacity per year until 2022, and 3 terawatt-hours until 2030. Taking Tesla's battery storage business into account, the forecast assumes that Tesla will use only 2/3 of their 3 terawatt-hour capacity for vehicle production. 1 terawatt-hour goes into their battery storage deployment. Also, Elon presented Tesla's long-term goal to produce 10 terawatt-hours of battery capacity per year to accelerate the transition to sustainable energy as much as possible. At the same time, he provided information on how Tesla would distribute their battery capacity to their different models. to project these numbers to their 2030 objective. Let's break this down to 2 terawatt-hours. This forecast assumes that external suppliers' battery capacity will be marginal at this point or even non-existent. Tesla can provide its vehicles solely with its own battery production lines that will ramp up in the upcoming years. Dividing these numbers by the average battery size of each model will result in the following production rates for 2030. In total, Tesla will end up producing about 20 million vehicles per year, precisely the amount of cars Elon expects for 2030. On top of that, Tesla will provide its excess 1 terawatt-hour of battery storage in some form. May it be in the form of Powerwalls, power packs, mega packs, or third-party supply to other companies. So, what do these numbers mean in terms of revenue now? Let's assume the following average selling prices for Tesla's vehicle offerings. Then we will end up with a revenue of more than $1.3 trillion. That's nearly 50 times more than it is now in 2020. Now, let's have a closer look at the resulting profits. Tesla is highly focused on continuous optimization and reducing the complexity of workflows and manufacturing processes. By doing that, production costs decline over time and margins increase. Their vertically integrated planned battery production line will significantly contribute to this, primarily because they announced that they would manage to reduce their investment per gigawatt-hour by 69% in the next years. Higher margins result in higher profits. As we assume the following margins, Tesla will make around $700 billion in profit. Also, expecting that Tesla's operating expenses increase by 30% year-over-year up to 2030, the forecast results in an operating income of around $640 billion. With currently 948 million shares outstanding, we hit an EPS of $677. If we assume a conservative price-to-earnings ratio of 30, the share price will reach $20,300 in 2030. Of course, the PE ratio is a hardly predictable variable. But if we look at the current PE ratios of the big players like Apple or Amazon, 30 is somewhat at the lower end. I may remind you that these numbers are not considering any revenues from potential other business lines. These numbers may seem high, but in my opinion, still conservative if you see it only as a fraction of the whole. If we consider Elon Musk's forecast that the company's energy business will eventually be the same size as or even bigger than its automotive sector, these numbers can seem ridiculous in a decade from here. Also, these estimates assume that Tesla will solely sell their cars to their customers. Alternatively, Tesla may change their business model and use their vehicles to run their own autonomous robo-taxi fleet, which may generate more revenue and higher margins than selling their cars to customers at some point. What do you think? What are your estimates for 2030? Let me know in the comments below. Also, subscribe to my channel and make sure to hit the like button to support me. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time in my Tesla feed.